Hello, everybody, and welcome to Tarot Exploration. My name is Cordelia, and my guest this week is Natalie Vartanian. Did I say your name right?
Yeah, you did.
So Natalie is a coach. She'll tell you more about her services. She does tarot readings and other kind of spiritual guidance for people. And we're going to talk a little bit about that. So the format of this show is each week we meet with a different tarot reader and they share a little bit about their experience with tarot, how they learned tarot, what kind of impact it's had for them. And then we do a couple of short readings for people in the audience. So if you would like a free reading, go ahead and post in the comments below. Her services, she does tarot readings and other guidance for people. You just got to mute. There we go. She's sharing in her group too. So welcome everybody who is tuning in live. Welcome everybody who's watching the replay. And we do have a group. We do have a group. Okay, you need to mute. I'm coming back on double feedback on your page.
Oh.
Can you mute your whatever's got me playing in your group?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So we have a group called Tarot Explorers for people who want to just learn more about tarot. So feel free to join that. But we'll talk more about that at the end. So first of all, Natalie, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, no, I was so excited it was so funny. I got within a week 2 different opportunities to talk about tarot, teach tarot, do a live reading. So I'm very much the cards have been wanting more attention. So thank you.
Awesome. So why don't you, I guess, start just by telling us a little bit about your spiritual business, I guess, your coaching and kind of what you do. Can you start with that?
Yeah, definitely. I've been doing certified coaching, life coaching, business coaching for about 10 years now. Before that, I business major, worked in corporate America for 10 plus years, but have been doing tarot for 15 plus years.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I kind of started dabbling in that before I even started coaching. And it was so funny. I was thinking about this the other day that I would do these readings for my friends or friends of friends, because it very quickly became a party favor. I would have my cards with me. Someone would find out I would do tarot. And so we would do a mini reading. And most of the times the person would end up crying in some way or divulging some kind of thing that's happening. And I really realized the power of it and the kind of that cathartic therapeutic part of it. And so when I started doing coaching, I still kept them very separate. But I've been blending them more and more because I see the power of the cards and what it offers in revealing and healing and guiding us, giving us answers.
Yeah, absolutely. And I feel like it guides the questions a little bit too, kind of helps you hone in on maybe the piece that is the most important at the moment. So tell us how you got started with tarot.
My best friend in high school, I was 12, 13, and she was doing the cards. So that was my first introduction to it. She had just gotten a deck and we would play with it, on breaks. And, but it wasn't until in my mid-20s that I picked up a deck, and it was, I affectionately call it my tarot for dummies because it was a deck that had the words on them. And so, you have the image and it would just say the words up here. And then if you flip it, it would say what the reverse meant. And I just started playing with those. And like I said, it just still felt for fun in the beginning. And then the more that I would just read for everyone, it just started growing more. And I could feel my connection with the cards and just the way that my intuition would grow as a result. So yeah, it just kind of started as just buy a deck and see, and it just was off to the races.
Cool. Now, do you have any particular, so you have that deck, which I've seen that deck, but I can't think of the name of it right now, but it has actually the meanings printed on the card. Yeah. And I'll try to remember to look that up later and post it in the comments. But do you have any other resources that you like for learning tarot or that you use to learn tarot?
Yeah, there's a book literally called the tarot Bible that I highly, highly, highly recommend, because it's this really thick resource book that has both the history of it and the evolution of it. And then it just has this in-depth, card by card description. And then at the back, it gives, a bajillion different spreads you can do. And so it was really great when I wanted to actually start learning about the cards, and would use it as a resource, before I memorized them. I would just, when I would do a reading, I would just flip to, okay, Ace of Pentacles. So what this says is,
Right.
but yeah, it just felt like the most thorough one to me. And I definitely love tarot blogs. Like there's a couple of blogs that I think Biddy Tarot, Biddy Tarot is one of them. I think there was another one through, I want to say the Tarot Lady has another blog, the tarotlady.com has another blog, but there's several. I mean, the internet is such a great place for resources. Like it's kind of never ending.
Yeah, I read the Biddy Tarot too, and they have paid stuff, but they also have a lot of free like lead magnets and stuff. But you can get good information for free on there as well. I just posted that link as well.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, because what I would do most of the time is just say Ace of Pentacles meaning, and then just kind of see what would come up and read. And for a while I would kind of read multiple blogs just to see, because, even though they all have a kind of semi-standard interpretation, but every reader is still going to interpret it. Every blog still is going to have their like spin to it, and so, yeah, I think it just helps when you're learning to just check out multiple resources and see which one like resonates for you and the way that you even speak,
Absolutely. So I just want to do a check. We have a couple of viewers live. Yay. But I want to make sure we can actually see the comments of people who are watching. So could one of you guys maybe just put a yes or a I'm watching in the comments so I can make sure that part is working. So that'll help us when we do the readings later, if I can actually know if people can ask a question.
Right.
Oh, wait. I have a thing that says, oh, here we go. Oh, that's you. Sorry, I had a little thing. I'm in StreamYard, not actually on Facebook. So.
Oh, there's one.
Oh, there's Judy.
Hi.
Hi, Judy. That's my business partner. I'm her business partner. So, yes.
Well, hello, Judy.
Okay, so comments are working. Thank you. Okay, so let's keep going. We have another person who's watching, and I can't see your name, person who said the word watching. So I think you have to hook something up with StreamYard. Otherwise, you can just put a little initial or something so we know who you are if you want, or you can be anonymous. That's okay too. Okay. So what are 2 reasons that you feel like you love doing readings, maybe as part of your coaching practice?
Yeah. One reason I love it is I've always thought of it as, it's like not a lie detector necessarily, but like a truth serum, in that I will just pull some cards in the very beginning, and right away we get to the kind of heart or truth of what's happening, and we go deep. And I love it for that reason. It's kind of like, it just, we can like not waste our time with like the fluff stuff, and get right to what's happening. That's one reason I love it. And another is, because in the same way that it hones my intuition as a reader, I feel like it really hones the intuition of the person being read, because, it's asking us to inquire and look and see, what's really happening in this situation. And it's offering us, perspectives and options of how to look at it. But it's up to us to really kind of tune in and see what hits, like what hits that little like gut intuition place. And yeah, so it's just a really powerful tool.
Yeah, I totally agree. Okay, so Judy says that's really cool as a way to set the tone for coaching. And we have Lisa Arnone in the crowd as well. Welcome. All right, so we're getting to the part where we do the reading. So if either one of you wants one, please ask a question, or you can do just a general. It's a 2-card reading, so it's ish, so if you have a question or just want some general guidance, that'd be fine. And if not, we'll figure something else out.
Yeah, we could just read for you, Cordelia.
I can get. Now I asked you on email, but I kind of forgot what you said. You had a deck that you were in love with that you wanted to use tonight.
I have 2 decks. So one is a deck that I've had. It was like one of the first ones I bought for myself that I just was in love with. And this is the Universal Golden Tarot. It's like has this like gold foil kind of, so it still uses the kind of more traditional images, but it's much, I think it's much more like softer, just a bit more like, detailed in the imagery. It just really resonates with me. It kind of has like an Art Deco feel to the deck. And then I have a deck that my old roommate and friend bought me that's a cat tarot deck, because there's a tarot deck for everything. And so then this one is like, there
we go.
Yeah, the chariot.
The cat stroller, yes.
Right. So they're just more like fun images, that are just like really sweet and cute and just for fun.
Awesome. Would you post links to those in the comments when we're done, please?
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. Well, Judy has a question. She would like to know if her priorities are in the right place.
Okay, I kind of need a little more info, unless you want me to just pull a card and riff and then you can interpret. So, without giving away too much, but is it about a decision you're curious about? Like, is this decision I'm making? Because priorities are kind of, have order include multiple things. So sometimes it helps to be more specific in the question so we can give a more specific answer.
Okay, we are waiting for a moment to see if Judy clarifies. And then Lisa, did you have a question? I think Lisa may have had to turn it off. So business versus personal allocation of time.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Okay, let's see.
So she's shuffling now and pulling cards.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, so the first, I pulled 2 cards. So the first card is the Knight of Wands. So the Knight of Wands is about, the wands are fire, their passion, their purpose, their creativity. These are the things that light us up, that drive us, so it's not necessarily work, but it can be, right? It could also just be the things that drive you, your passions, your hobbies, the things that light you up. And the page is very much like a beginner in the journey and needs more time, right? Like it's still this fostering, cultivating energy. So whatever it is you're working on, that kind of is going to require more time, like the passions part of it. And we also have the Queen of Pentacles, which is, she's very much about that kind of business, grounding, material world, making sure my assets are taken care of, everyone is sustainable, the family is taken care of, I feel grounded, my queendom, everyone in my queendom feels grounded. And so I would definitely say that it feels like in this sense, there isn't as much to kind of prioritize here, because the queen kind of is in her spot, she has the people do the things, but whatever it is, that's maybe this is more of your personal world, I'm not sure, but or kind of something you're starting in your personal world that is requiring more time. And So yeah, I would just based off of these two cards, I would say kind of just keep doing what you're doing in the like business realm, right? The Queen is just kind of overseeing at this point and not building as much. But whatever is happening in this like personal and purpose place, this is the one that's going to require more time, and making sure you dedicate that time to really getting it off the ground and starting a more solid kind of venture there.
Okay. Thank you. Was there anything else?
From Judy or cards?
Yep. Is that complete?
Yeah. So these are complete unless Judy has another question.
Thank you. And thank you, Judy, for asking the question. We now have a question from Kimmy, who wants to know if Cameron is the one.
Okay.
Are you using the cat one or the gilded one?
I'm still using the universal golden. Didn't feel like this might be a cat one, but we will use the cat one next. Okay. For Kimmy. So pull two cards again, and the first one is the 7 of Swords reversed. So kind of this is how it looks like coming out, but this is the actual card. And what this card represents is information that still isn't revealed or not showing our true selves, or there's something that's still being hidden, whether it's like not having all the data or something still feeling like off or unsure. And in a reverse place, it's even more kind of like stuck or blocked, like kind of makes sense probably why you're asking this question. But it didn't kind of come back as a full hit yes. You know, it's almost like there's more information to be gathered here, or for it to feel, because you also have the next card is the Hanged Man, and it's reversed. And so another card that's about kind of this, it's not time yet, it's not ready, it's not something still isn't ripe, it's not complete, it's not full. So it's not giving a yes, it's not giving a no either, right? It's like there's still things to figure out, still things to reveal. You know, sometimes with the 7 of Swords too, to me, it's like what's not being said, you know, whether it's on your end or their end, like things that aren't being communicated, things that are being held because it feels too scary or vulnerable, right, to kind of talk about. And so I will pull one more card just really quickly, since they were both kind of ambiguous cards. But let's see. Yeah, I mean, so this one is definitely like the lady of luxury. You know, she has all of her the harvest, you know, she's in a good place, she's comfortable. So like there is this possibility for that there, right? And but there's things like, it's almost like a person can be the one, but if we don't actually treat them as such, or act that way, or do the work we need to do, even the one can turn into not the one, you know? And so there's something about like the work needing to be put in so that you can get to this possibility of something really amazing, you know, that you can reap the rewards and the fruit of that.
Cool. Thank you very much, Natalie, and thank you for asking your question, Kimmy. We have a couple more people join us. Thank you for tuning in live. And unfortunately, we're done with our free readings for tonight. But Natalie, can you tell us a little bit about your services?
Sure. So I definitely do coaching sessions that are more donation based. I also do tarot readings, both email. So you can do just like a couple questions on email or live readings, 30 to 60 minutes, where we would get on the phone and do a reading that way, or a video person if you're more into video. But it's a chance to just go deeper. We can get into any topic, and that's the beauty of being a coach too. Like, I can also offer guidance in addition to like kind of information. We can like work through it and make sure that you're in a like good place afterwards. So, but you can find all that on my website, either my name, NatalieVartanian.com, or thisturnedonlife.com.
Awesome. And it's funny. So I didn't actually realize this when I asked Natalie to be a guest on the show, but she gave me a reading 4 years ago, which I found when we started messaging each other for the show. Because Facebook Messenger keeps like all your messages.
The whole thread. Yeah.
And there was the reading from 4 years ago. I guess you had typed it into Facebook Messenger, and I was reading through it before the show. I didn't have time to read the whole thing. First of all, it was really long. And secondly, it was completely relevant today. So it was almost like she gave me a reading into the future. So it was really cool. So I highly recommend Natalie's readings. They're not just readings for now, but for the future as well.
Well, and actually I have had that a couple of times where clients have like come back and they were like, oh my God, that thing that you said, because I mean, sometimes sometimes it's the cards, but sometimes again, it's the intuition, right? I'll just have hits around things and we'll just blurt them out. And then they kind of materialize. So it is really good to hear that there is just still working for you, Cordelia, 4 years later.
Well, I think it's also, there's a universality, right, to our challenges.
There is.
So sometimes it's not always rocket science. Like, I was overwhelmed 4 years ago. I'm overwhelmed right now. So, it's just the way it is. You need to breathe, tune in, those kind of things. But it was a good reading. So thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So I'm going to post Natalie's website, and you guys can definitely follow up with her. And then I just wanted to give a quick plug for our website, which is we have an Etsy shop and an Amazon shop, and then we have our own site, which is still under development, but we are Hunt Girl Gifts. And I've actually got a few little show and tells here.
Ooh.
Tarot related.
That's so cute.
This is what I've been reading. This is our Empress Cup, and we actually have a license with the Radiant Rider Tarot, which is what this is from. And the whole mug has, this is like from the back of if you look on the cards, they have that same pattern on them.
Oh, beautiful.
And so we have, and it's printed on both sides. Boom. And then we also have, we have a couple of these, but I have a few on my desk here. This is the Moon one, which is this is from the Morgan Greer deck, which is super 70s. It was done in the 70s. And so some of the pictures they're all gorgeous, but they're very dated, which is kind of fun. So anyway, but I love this Moon card. I think it's just beautiful.
That is beautiful.
Big purple lobster. And then this is actually one I did myself. This is my own art, my Crow Empress here.
Oh, gorgeous.
And so she's adorning this one. These are all available in our shop. And then these are, I'm going to gush a little because these are all my little babies.
That's really sweet.
It's got like the Wheel of Fortune and the Star and the Hermit, the Empress, Sun and the Moon. Anyway, I love this magnet set. And then we have our I got like one more thing. Anyway, thank you, Natalie, for oohing and ahhing. These are like all my...
Oh, no, it's amazing.
So this is a tea towel, which we just did. We took all the major arcana from the Rider-Waite deck, and it's on here. So you can either hang it up as wall art, or you can put it as an altar cloth, or you can use it as a dishcloth. It's super kitchen witchy, right? You can
right. Just have magic with you everywhere.
But it's 100% cotton and it's all machine washable. But it's just, I think it came out really well. I'm really proud of it. So
that's gorgeous.
Anyway, so those are all available in our shop, and we have some decks that we sell as well. And all of our decks come with like a bag and a crystal and a journal, so you kind of have everything you need in one little set. And they make really good gifts with the holidays coming. So
yeah, that's gorgeous.
So anyway, that's what we do, some of what we do. And we also host the show every week. So, and we have a group where there's readings in the group every day. Well, maybe not every day, every few days. And, happy to have people come in and just discuss their tarot journey and kind of share with each other, because I think it's so powerful.
Yeah.
And that is called Tarot Explorers on Facebook. So that's the group. I can put links in the comments. So
yeah, by the way, I couldn't for some reason leave a comment. I think I wasn't logged in, so I just sent you private chat around the 2 decks that I use.
I'll post those. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. I'll post those and I'll put them in the YouTube as well, so they'll be all there. So so thank you guys. And if you know somebody who's a great tarot reader who would like to come on to our show and share their journey with us, that would be great. Just let me know. And I hope you all have a wonderful week. And thank you so much for being here, Natalie.
Yeah, thanks, Cordelia. Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.